Hello, welcome to this version of Reading with MiMi. We have moved on to chapter 3 of Junie B. Jones and a Little Monkey Business. Remember, if your book has one of the labels on the back, you just need to have your mom and dad take you to YouTube, to my page, and you can read along with me in the chapters. This is chapter 3, so you should already have listened to chapter 1 and 2. Chapter 3 is called A Very Wonderful Thing. We'll start off with a picture here. Yesterday, a very wonderful thing happened, and it's called I Had Pie for Dinner. Just pie, and that's all. That's because my mother went to the hospital to have the baby, and Daddy and Grandma Miller went with her. And so me and my grandpa got to stay at his house all by ourselves. And no one even babysitted us. And guess what? Grandpa smoked a real live cigar right inside the house. And Grandma wasn't there to yell at him, "Go outside with that thing, Frank." After that, my grandpa gave me a piggyback ride. And he let me put on one of Grandma Miller's new hats with the long brown feather. And I also got to walk in her red high heels. Excuse me. Only then I fell down in the kitchen, and so I quickly took them off. "Hey, I could crack my head open in these dumb things," I said very loud. After that, I opened up the refrigerator, because I was hungry from playing, that's why. "Hey, guess what? There's a big fat lemon pie in here, Frank," I hollered. And so then Grandpa Miller got down 2 plates, and then me and him ate the big fat lemon pie for our dessert. Just pie, and that's all. And we're not even going to get into trouble, because we're going to tell Grandma that her cat ate it. And here's another very funny thing. I got to sleep in Grandpa Miller's guest room. First I put on my PJs with the feet in them, and then my grandpa watched me brush my new front tooth. And then he tucked me into the big guest bed. "Sweet dreams, Junie P," he said. Except for then I got a little scared in me. "Yeah, only guess what, Grandpa," I said. "It's very dark in this big room, and there's so many things, and there might be hidey things here." Grandpa looked around the room and also in the closet. "Nope, no hidey things here," he said. After that, he left on the hall light for me, so my imagination wouldn't run wild. Except I still didn't sleep that good, because there was this drooly guy with claws under my bed, I think. And so in the morning, my eyes felt very saggy. Only then I sniffled something that woke them right up, and its name was Delicious Waffles. Grandpa Miller cooked them for me, and he let me pour on my own syrup, and he didn't yell, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." After that, me and him played until it was time for kindergarten. Except before I left, the funniest thing of all happened. Grandma Miller came home, and she said that Mommy had a baby. And it was the boy kind. Then me and her and Grandpa all did one big giant hug. And Grandma Miller picked me up, and then she swinged me in the air. "You're just going to love him, Junie B," she said. "Your new little brother is the cutest little monkey I've ever seen." Then my eyes got really wide. "He is? Really?" I said. Grandma Miller put me down, and then she started talking to my grandpa. "Wait till you see him, Frank," she said. "He's got the longest fingers and toes." I tugged on her dress. "How long, Grandma?" I said. "Longer than mine?" But Grandma just kept talking. "And his hair, Frank, my word, he's got oodles and oodles of thick black hair." I pulled on Grandma's arm. How come, Grandma? How come he's got hair?" I asked. "I thought babies were supposed to be baldies." But still my grandmother didn't answer me. "And he's big too, Frank. Much bigger than the other babies in the hospital. And you should see how tightly he grabs onto your finger and when he..." Just then I stomped my foot very hard. "Hey! I want some answers down here, Helen. He's my baby too, you know." Grandma Miller frowned at me because I'm not supposed to call her Helen, I think. "Sorry, I said kind of quiet. Then Grandma Miller bent down next to me, and so I didn't have to yell anymore. Are you telling me the truth, Grandma? I said. Is my brother really the cutest little monkey you ever seen, for real and honest and truly? Then my Grandma Miller hugged me very tightly. Yes, little girl, she whispered in my ear, for really and honestly and truly. After that, she picked me up again, and me and her twirled around the kitchen. That's the end of chapter 3. Be sure to tune back in for chapter 4 of Junie B. Jones and A Little Monkey Business. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care.